Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Let's go ahead and start off with our Cascade passes. We did have a little bit of some light snow earlier, but everything has melted. In fact, you can kind of see a little bit of accumulation on Lake of the Woods right now. Temperature right around freezing or just above. So road conditions aren't really too bad overall. Now we did have a little bit of rain here in Medford briefly about 2 o'clock or so. It lasted for about maybe 5-10 minutes. And activity off towards the east has been very sparse, if any at all. But the rain is already starting to pick up over by Brookings and into Crescent City at this time. Now, zooming all the way out, there is a lot of moisture offshore, but the brunt of the energy will actually be moving to our north, but we're still going to have development here in our region for tonight. So rain will slowly be increasing during the overnight hours. Now, I do have the word ice in 2 different spots here. We'll get into that a little bit in terms of the details, but what we're going to be looking at is a slight chance of seeing areas of freezing rain late tonight and into early tomorrow morning, just east of the Cascades, primarily along US 97. So that's what that's about, but we'll get into those details a little bit. Upper 20s to low 30s for tonight for east of the Cascades will be generally right around freezing or above. Down into the Siskiyou County, we'll be well above that here in Medford, 38. And over in the Oregon coast, we'll be looking at 48 degrees for Brookings. Tomorrow, temperatures are going to be warmer. We're going to have a warm front move through the region. So that means we're going to be into the mid-50s along the Oregon coast. It might even get to 60 on Tuesday over there. And for Medford, we'll be at 53 degrees, upper 40s down to our south. Mid-40s, low to mid-40s east of the Cascades. Again, that possibility of freezing drizzle along parts of US 97. So what we're going to be looking at is generally from Chemult to Chiloquin, extending down towards Klamath Falls and parts of the Christmas Valley. It's not a significant threat, but there are some indications that there might be a couple hundredths to even maybe say 3/100ths of an inch of accumulation of ice, which would be significant, but that's still a very uncertain thing. So if you are traveling up and down US 97 tomorrow morning, keep that in mind. So here we go with the rain increasing along the Oregon coast for tonight, and that'll all be pushing inland. Now, I'm not sure exactly where Santa is going to be at any particular time, but that's what we'll be monitoring over the next several hours. But he's going to be in and around, and he's going to be getting wet in our region. Then he goes up to our north, and he's really going to be getting wet up towards, say, Portland overnight. Now, we're going to continue with the rain threat for tomorrow along the Oregon coast, but it could be fairly dry here into the Rogue Valley and east of the Cascades until late tomorrow night. Then we're going to start seeing that rain pushing yet again from the west towards the east. Now we're going to have another warm front moving from the south towards the north, going to give us even warmer conditions for Tuesday, and you can see most of that activity moves us well up towards the north again. And then we get to Wednesday, another system pushes into our region, lowering the snow levels a little bit, about 5,000 feet at that particular time. So now in terms of traveling forecast, if you're going to be heading over the Cascades, Monday and Tuesday will be the better days, but we get towards Wednesday into Thursday, that snow will get down to about 5,000 feet, but not really expecting a significant impact overall. Now, precipitation forecast for the next 5 days, a lot of the rain is going to be primarily along the coast or to our south. In fact, looking at our precipitation forecast, you can see the heaviest rain and the strongest winds will actually be on Wednesday and possibly even into Friday of this coming week. Now, in terms of our rainfall forecast for tonight, not a significant amount of rain along the Oregon coast until we get towards tomorrow, and then we'll start seeing some of that light rain filter east of the Cascades as well. Now, once we get to Tuesday, we could get into a little bit of a break, but then that rain really starts to ramp up, especially along the Oregon coast by the time we get to Thursday. National Weather Service does have a high wind watch now for the Shasta Valley for late Tuesday night into Wednesday afternoon. Could be looking at wind gusts about 60 miles an hour, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's extended east of the Cascades and even along the Oregon coast. There is a chance that could occur here into the Rogue Valley as well. So here's your 7-day forecast for the Oregon coast. 50s, upper 50s, and low 60s for the next several days. It's going to be very warm, but it's also going to be very windy on Wednesday and into Friday. For Northern California, we'll be looking at temperatures right around 50 degrees for most of the week. Again, it'll still be pretty windy once we get into Wednesday. Same kind of scenario for the Klamath Basin. Your windiest day will be Tuesday night into Wednesday. It'll be pretty wet once we get into Wednesday, but eventually that rain will taper off a bit. Cascades, most of this will be rain for the next several days until we get to the end of the week, and then we could finally see a transition back to snow. And for the Rogue Valley, temperatures pretty much into the mid to upper 50s for the next several days. Our driest day looks to be Thursday of next week, or this week, excuse me. I keep saying next week. I'm confused on my days.
It's the holiday season.
Right.
It gets everyone. Well, hopefully Santa stays dry and everyone else who's traveling today.
Yeah, exactly.